world where movement is the pulse of activity. Our means of making a living, caring for our families, and enjoying our leisure time all depend upon our ability to move freely and safely. Take away our ability to move freely and safely. This is the world of the blind. How can they have freedom of movement in our modern world? The Guide Dog Foundation for the Blind, Forest Hills, New York, with its training center in Smithtown, Long Island, provides second sight through scientifically trained guide dogs, which are given free of charge to any qualified blind persons, regardless of race, color, or creed. The process of rehabilitation begins with a phone call. A dog is offered to the foundation, and the Director of Training schedules an appointment for a preliminary screening. During the preliminary examination, physical and temperamental factors are investigated and noted. The dog must be friendly and in good health, and possess a sound, even temperament. In checking for soundness, the dog should not be shy or overprotective, nor should it be too excitable. The dog is taken to a busy street to make sure that it is not traffic shy. Nikki is a female Labrador Retriever. However, Shepherds and Golden Retrievers, or any mixtures of these breeds, are suitable for guide dog work. Females are used, although an exceptionally placid male would be considered for training. Other basic requirements mandate that the dog be between 10 months and 2.5 years old, and at least 21 inches high at the shoulders. One other important factor is the dog's soundness when exposed to loud and sudden noises. When the dog has been provisionally accepted, a physical examination is given by a veterinarian. The eyes, ears, mouth, and heart are checked. An X-ray is also taken of the dog's hips to ensure that they are not malformed, and preventive inoculations are given at this time. Newly accepted dogs are housed in the modern kennels. The next phase in a dog's education is a walk in town. Here, the trainer will assess the dog's reaction to a variety of conditions. A grating not previously encountered may promote suspicion, but usually by repeated exposure, the dog will become accustomed to once disturbing factors and eventually accept them without concern. The dog's first introduction to work is simple obedience training. They are taught by their respective trainers to sit, to stay, and to lie down. Staying in one place is not easy for the dog to learn. It is only through the trainer's perseverance that the dog realizes its responsibility. In a more advanced exercise, the dog has learned to retrieve articles which might be dropped by its blind owner. Part of the training grounds is made to simulate 4 city blocks. It is here that the dogs receive their preliminary guide training which includes stopping at curbs. The dog learns to negotiate steps, walking a straight line in the middle of a sidewalk, and learning the commands forward, right, left, halt. Obstacles normally encountered on city streets are reproduced, and the dog is taught to leave enough clearance for the handler to pass safely by. The dog is also taught to disregard other animals while working in harness. After the dog has received approximately 3 months of intensive training, the instructor, in blindfold, must test each dog under natural conditions so that he will have complete confidence in the dog's ability to lead a blind person safely. Once the dog has completed its training, she awaits the arrival of her new master. Students coming from all parts of the United States and other countries are met at various transportation depots by members of the training staff. Upon arrival at the training center, the student is familiarized with the surroundings and facilities in which he will live for the next 30 days. Just as the dog had to learn simple tasks at first, so has the student. He must acquire a free, uninhibited walk and be able to respond quickly to changes of direction. The next step is instruction about the harness framework and the correct method of holding the handle. Coordination is not achieved easily, and overshooting the curb is a common problem for which practice is the only answer. Each student, while learning the technique of handling a dog, is assessed and evaluated by the instructor in order to determine which dog will suit him best. The moment of decision is a difficult one, but choosing the right dog for the right person is essential for complete compatibility and lifelong partnership. The anticipation of the first meeting is finally realized, and the student eagerly expresses his feelings to his new companion. This emotionally filled moment is one which no one else can share, and the two must be left alone to form the beginning of a lasting friendship. Affection comes naturally, but general care and handling must be taught. Love is not sufficient to create the necessary working relationship between man and dog. There must be respect. To gain respect, the student is instructed in giving basic obedience commands and in obtaining the desired response in return. One of the early problems stems from the dog's attachment to the trainer. The dog must understand that it should now take commands from its new master, and this is accomplished through repetition, perseverance, consistency, reprimand, and praise. The pressure of the first day's training ends with the method of properly securing the harness. Relaxation is a welcome relief from the tension of a new experience, and the dormitory offers a variety of recreational facilities for the student. The following day, under the watchful eye of the instructor, a student takes his first uncertain walk in a suburban area. Although relatively unschooled in control and unsure of the dog's actions, the student should learn from the beginning to trust in the dog's judgment while negotiating unexpected obstacles. Training progresses to a busy intersection. This offers a problem to both student and dog, especially if the student shows any hesitancy or a lack of confidence. With experience, the student and dog become more compatible. The once difficult hazards are now negotiated with relative ease. Guide dogs are accepted in all public places. The students are able to enjoy a meal in a local restaurant, knowing that their dog's behavior will be above reproach. A quiet walk in the country provides a combination of training and relaxation for both dog and student. The weekend is a time for leisure and a break from the exacting training schedule. Students choose their own form of relaxation. Some play games. while others devote their time to making new friends or enjoying music. Weekends also provide the opportunity for a visit to a local church or synagogue, where both master and dog are greeted with friendship and understanding. When services are over, the students are ready to return to the training center, where their weekend will be completed with a visit with their family and friends. Guide dogs are allowed to travel on all types of public transportation. A train or subway ride in a busy city will prepare the students for future independent travel when they return home. A walk through busy streets climaxes the student's visit to the city. Confidence of dog and man has developed and enabled the student to achieve a new, exciting, and self-sufficient way of life. The 30 days of training are over, and the students are ready to return to their homes. With their guide dogs, they are taking their first major step towards a more independent way of life. Once at home, the dog quickly acclimates herself to the household routine and becomes her master's constant companion. Another graduate uses his dog in continuing his profession, teaching. The pupils become accustomed to seeing the dog and teacher together and eagerly welcome them each morning. Blind people have been helped at the Guide Dog Foundation for the Blind since 1946. This non-profit organization is supported entirely by contribution, and the vital services performed here can only be continued through your understanding, generosity, and support. Independence has brought physical and psychological freedom to the blind. How many more will we help bring out of the shadows?